As always, today let's follow the latest developments in Elbaf in Manga chapter 1158 together with everyone. In a certain sea area, the members of the Roger Pirates aboard the Oro Jackson receive news that Shakky has opened a bar on Pirate Island and rush to report it to their captain. Since Shakky's retirement, Roger has always looked melancholic and sad, no longer bearing the image of a powerful pirate. Therefore, the crew wished for him to go to Hachinosu to meet Shakky and change his current state. Meanwhile, only Gabon noticed that Roger had started to become sad right after talking with Rayleigh in a private room. Because Gabon was so persistent in asking, Rayleigh had no choice but to tell him the whole story. In a battle with the Kuja pirates before Shakky retired, Roger noticed that Shakky seemed to be trying to suppress an illness. Therefore, upon learning of her retirement, Roger was extremely worried. Surprisingly, during that battle, Shakky had sent Rayleigh a love letter, asking him to take her with him. Rayleigh intended to keep the secret from everyone, but eventually felt he had to tell Roger. Hearing this, Roger became very angry and started blaming Rayleigh for ignoring Shakky's letter. Rayleigh admitted that he was also interested in her but didn't want to be tied down. Returning to the present, after thinking for a while, Roger regains his spirits and decides he will never give up. To him, plunder is what makes a pirate. So, if you want something, you just take it. Everyone has the same opportunity. Let's go to Hachinosu and take her. Seeing their captain energetic again, Rayleigh no longer felt awkward. A short time later, a period corresponding to 40 years ago, Garling, one of the god's knights at the time, was talking with the 5 elders in Mary Schwartz. The 5 elders tell Garling not to be hasty, as the last tournament has just ended. During a mission, Garling happened to stop by an island called God Valley. It was a country not affiliated with the world government, with a very unique culture. Therefore, Garling tried to persuade them to join the world government, but they did not agree. Garling believed that God Valley had abundant resources and would be very beneficial to the government. Furthermore, he made a very surprising and extraordinary discovery. Surely even that great person would be satisfied. Therefore, Garling suggested to the 5 elders that they should choose God Valley as the location for the next tournament in 2 years. The scene changes to Shakky's rip-off bar in Hachinosu. Pirates are forming a long line to admire the beautiful proprietress's beauty and to drink. The alcohol here is quite expensive, and because some couldn't pay, they were forced to work for Shakky for free for 2 years. Shakky's style of service is very special. Here, the customer is not God, she is. And even cheap liquor can turn into expensive, high-class liquor in her hands. Nevertheless, no pirate who came here complained or caused trouble. At the same time, Shakky notices that Rock's recent attitude is completely different from before, and he no longer seems to be attracted to her. Hearing this, Lin laughed amusingly. A woman's intuition is a scary thing, isn't it? Having been easily seen through by his opponent, Rox demanded that Lin keep quiet and not say anything. Everything about him is a complete secret. In contrast to the women, Whitebeard couldn't understand what they were talking about at all, and Stussy thought he was truly pure. From Rock's expression, Stussy guessed that he was not only happy with another woman but might even have a child. At that moment, the Roger Pirates appeared inside Shakky's bar. The surrounding pirates couldn't believe the Roger Pirates were here and started taking pictures of them to sell to the newspapers. Seeing his rival, Rox became very angry and demanded that Roger leave his island immediately. However, Roger argued that the rules of Shakky's bar do not allow fighting between customers. So, no matter how angry he was, Rox could do nothing to Roger. Furthermore, Roger had defeated all the pirates who were lining up outside to get in first. Therefore, Rox could no longer complain to him. Whitebeard didn't like drinking with the noisy bunch from the Roger Pirates, so the man quickly left the bar. Shakky paid no attention to anyone and only asked Roger where Rayleigh was. It seems the vice captain was not feeling well and was sleeping on the ship. At that moment, Gloriosa pounced on Roger like a hungry tiger, demanding to board his Oro Jackson at all costs. However, Roger was adamant that he would not let a lovesick woman like Gloriosa on his ship, saying that Shakky was an exception. Unfortunately, in Shakky's heart, there was only Rayleigh, and she was truly disappointed that Rayleigh wasn't here. Seeing Shakky sad, Roger frowned and started blaming Rayleigh. He turned to drink with Whitebeard, but to his surprise, Whitebeard had left a while ago. After being lost in thought for a while, Shakky suddenly collapsed. The pirates tried to take this opportunity to help her but were quickly stopped by Gloriosa. According to the rules set by Shakky, as long as her bar is the intended destination, all fighting on the island is prohibited. Therefore, even when notorious pirates encountered each other, no clashes occurred between them. However, if these people met on the sea, especially in the case of Rox and Roger, the story would be completely different. Shortly after, in the underworld of Elbaf, Rox and Jorel engaged in a world-shaking great duel. The clash between the two sent the animals fleeing in all directions. Loki and Haruden tried to keep watching but could not withstand the heat. Rox was very disappointed that Jorel had succumbed to the government's incitement. Regarding the five elders' conditions, Jorel was also very hesitant about whether he really needed to do it. Even if he had to kill his friend, Rox believed that Jorel was being used by them. Isn't this their answer to you? They only see you giants as a military force. Giants will just become slave soldiers. Where has your pride as warriors gone? Is this truly your will? Jorel immediately retorted, "Don't talk as if you understand everything. What those warriors now carry, called a history of violence, is nothing but a chain that hinders Elbaf's path to peace." Jorel recalled conversations with people in the countries he had visited before. They knew Jorel was a good person, but this land was attacked by giants in the past. That fear does not disappear easily. Jorel told Rox that no matter how evil and foolish the celestial dragons are, they have the authority to let Elbaf join the world community. Rox felt that Jorel was truly too cowardly and struck him down with a powerful blow. Rox decided to end everything here. He would never again invite Jorel to join his crew. In his position as king, Jorel could not risk the lives of his subjects to participate in a battle doomed to fail, commanded by a scoundrel like Rox. After that, the two once again rushed into a duel. The strange friendship between Rox and Jorel finally came to an end. The two decided they would never meet again until the day that incident occurred. As time passed, Loki always kept track of the news about the Rox pirates. Ida said that man would never come back, but Loki didn't care at all. 39 years ago, on the island of God Valley, a red-haired woman was pushing a stroller carrying twins. The villagers always complimented how cute the two babies were and noticed they had red hair just like their mother. They said they would pray for the two children to grow up to be as smart as their mother. Furthermore, due to the father's absence, they promised to help the woman take care of the children. The woman was very grateful for that. When the villagers asked for the two babies' names, she replied, Shanks and Sam D. Rox. That's all for today's One Piece review video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next review video.